Hi there, I'm Jamie Rice. I am coming on here to speak on behalf of the Collective Coherence team and talk a little bit about quantum reality studies and our foundations training course. So let me first start off by saying what we are not. So we are not a belief system. We do not support any religious doctrines or ideologies. We are a group that is bringing forward decades of healing and expansion content and information to teach people the healing process. We are rooted in science and spirituality, and we are here to teach you how to reclaim your free will and sovereignty. So the only way that's possible, okay, and let's not get hung up on words and descriptions and how something's explained. Someone may explain a little bit differently. It doesn't mean I'm right. It doesn't mean they're wrong or vice versa. This is just our way of bringing it forward to make sense in a systems approach of healing, okay? So let's not get hung up on words and definitions. Let's start focusing on the meaning of things, okay? What is the intention of this, okay? So the Foundation's teachings were created to teach higher consciousness perspectives such as non-duality, how to rise above the polarity of your emotions through observer mode training, non-attachment, non-judgment. It requires a readjustment to align your brain and heart. You have to create a brain and heart coherence in order to do so. So our consciousness as human beings have been aligned with very negative programs. So in the reality, what creates reality are our intentions. But our perceptions have been aligned with very dark and negative programming, fear programs. So if our consciousness is aligned with very dark programs, what does that do for our intentions? Well, that aligns our intentions. So that's how our consciousness was usurped. So we really don't have free will. We have this perception that we have free will. But the only way to actually take your free will back is to align with nature and truth and balance, and to move forward in expansion of our consciousness as far as the evolution of our consciousness. And that requires that we go through our belief systems and understand who is it, what is our consciousness aligned with, what are our perceptions aligned with, what are my intentions doing. So we have to have a re-evaluation of our intentions. And in order to do that, we have to become aware. We have to really understand, what are my perceptions in alignment with? So what is the course? How do we teach you how to come back into alignment with yourself and take full control over your mind and energy body? Well, we have to go back in time, heal the inner child, integrate all shadow aspects of self, heal and clear trauma energy. We have to remove implants and blocks. We have to learn how to balance our brain waves and heal the mind virus. Okay, and we have to simultaneously do that while we deprogram and unhook our energy body from this negative structure that we've been aligned with. So our consciousness is rooted in very dark programs, okay, that are rooted in duality. So that has shifted our perception to a point where we're not in alignment with nature. We're in alignment with the illusion. So we try to break things down in really, really simple terms, okay? And we don't really get hung up on things that we can't prove. So we are a group that teaches thought concepts, ideologies, or I'm sorry, not ideologies. We teach thought concepts, ideas, and active processes that are designed to realign your perception so you can understand, well, first of all, how our consciousness has been misaligned and what it's going to take for us to be able to realign that. So again, how do we do all of that healing. How do we heal the inner child? How do we balance brain waves, address the mind virus? Well, we have to become cognizant and aware. And in order to do that, we have to lay some foundations, in which we do in the foundations training. So we have to teach you basically, we have to start dumping some levels of guilt, fear, and shame, which is going to take us up to a place where we start building self-compassion. So we have healing processes in place to get you through all of these levels of the course. So the first one is we have to start building our self-awareness, our honesty, our self-acceptance, self-compassion, self-accountability, gratitude, and authenticity. So that's going to be our template for doing so. We also are going to learn what unity consciousness. That's going to teach us all the different structures of consciousness and what we have to do to educate ourselves on the mind, the brain, and the will to bring us back into balance. So for example, our creation tools are our perceptions and intentions. So we have to realign our perceptions and intentions by creating first brain and heart coherence, okay? The heart technology is the technology that we want to be aligning with. We no longer want to be aligned with the ego mind and the illusion, okay? So we have to back out of this illusion, and we have a formula for all of these things, okay? We have streamlined the healing process. We've taken the guesswork out, okay? We're pointing to you the areas that you need to look into. For example, the different consciousness structures. So our perceptions and intentions create our reality, okay? Then our belief systems, our thoughts, words, actions, reactions, feelings, emotions, and behaviors. We have to study them. So we've gone through and we've broken all of those structures down to teach you, okay? So I'm going to give you a couple things to think about. So we have to realign our perception intention, okay? The heart structure is of the positive polarity, and the negative ego structures in alignment with fear programs. So we have to back out of those fear programs, but we have to do so properly because they're attached to trauma energy that's stored in our body. So we have to learn. So once we get up to the point where we balance, we create brain and heart coherence, okay? We start healing through some guilt, fear, and shame. We get to a level where we connect to our inner critic and dialogue. Once we connect to the inner critic and dialogue, we can start healing the inner child, in which we will give you the tools to be able to access through a memory recall process of how to do it properly. Okay, so what we're trying to do is identify our shadows, because our shadows, okay, are in alignment with the negative programs. So, for example, there's a fearful you, a jealous you, an angry you, a resentful you, a guilty you, a shameful you. We need to connect with those versions of ourselves, okay? And we have to do that through understanding programming. And again, it's a streamlined process that we have created for you, okay, to take the guesswork out of things. Now, this process took me 18 years, okay? I had my inner guidance system, okay, but I've been doing this completely in the dark. And it took me 18 years to figure it out. But point being is, we all have an inner guidance system. When we align our perceptions and intentions with the truth, we can't not get to the truth. But we do have to go through a process in order to get it. It's called discernment, okay? And it is a lengthy process, but it's connected to the healing process. All right. So our free will begins at the level of our choice, okay, and how we choose to align our perception. So every thought, belief, intention, word, action, reaction, feeling, emotion, and behavior begins with a perception, okay? The alignment of our perception can only be positive or negative, all right? So you're either in alignment with the heart structure or the negative ego structure. So what does all of this mean? So this means that the programming that our consciousness is aligned with is very dark and negative. So we have to go back and we have to understand that we have a choice. But we've been conditioned, okay, through our programming to give up our free will and choice. And what do we give our free will up to? We're actually giving it up to these programs, okay? So we really have to become very clear. So this is where, when we realize that there is a CD running in our mind 24/7, okay? It's aligned with your inner critic and dialogue that you have been conditioned to completely tune out. Okay. Now we get our inner critic and dialogue is basically your caregivers. Okay. So you're in alignment with how you were raised and taught to be as a child. There's many factors involved, but let's just say that the combination of your upbringing and our human consciousness being aligned with negative programs has created the illusion that we consider to be reality. It's not true. Okay, so we have to back out of the programs and understand that we do have a choice. We don't have to be in alignment, but we do have to understand how it works. We have to go through and heal layers within ourselves. So for example, we have to heal our perceptions and intentions. We have to heal our thoughts and our belief systems, okay? Because again, they're negatively aligned with negative structures, okay, in which our energy body is connected to. So we have to go through and heal all the structures within. And it requires a completely new mindset, okay? So our foundations training teaches you how higher consciousness perspectives, okay? How to activate observer mode, how to create brain and heart coherence, how to identify the inner critic and dialogue, processes on how to heal the inner child and start integrating shadows to get you up to a point where you understand human programming. So I'm coming from the programming perspective, okay? Healing the grid, healing the mind, body, spirit complex, reconnecting one to their soul and their spirit and the original God source, so we can back out and understand what it is that we're dealing with here. So all we have to do is really look around and see that we're in a really disharmonious situation here in the world. Okay? We've got to understand that we have a lot of work to do. And it requires us to heal and expand. We have to back out of these belief systems, these ideologies, and the religious doctrines. It doesn't mean we can't consider these things moving forward, but we need to start taking on some new concepts and ideas and implementing them through active processes with intention to start understanding. You have to investigate what I'm talking about, okay? You can't just, you have to see for yourself, basically. And you can't see for yourself until you begin to open your mind and your heart to understanding that there's a completely different way and that we've all been lied to. We've all been misaligned, and everything that is happening within this reality system is due to trauma energy and our consciousness being in misalignment. And that's kind of what we do, is we realign your consciousness to be in alignment with the heart structure technology, to be in alignment with programs and structures that are going to lead you to deeper healing, which will take you to higher awarenesses in connecting to your true authentic self. Because we are not living in accordance to our true nature. So a little bit of background. In 2005, I was struggling, to say the least. If you looked at my life, you would say that I had everything a person could ever want and desire, and achieved everything that, I guess any average human being could aspire to. But something just wasn't right. So I started looking at my behaviors and started taking accountability, which one thing led to another, which led to a book, which, by the way, I don't endorse, but it is a book that shifted my perceptions to a point where I was able to see myself in a different light. And in doing so, I summarized the book into 4 easy steps. And I decided if Jesus were here, how would he act right now? And I came up with these 4 steps that I started practicing and implementing in my daily life, which led to a spiritual awakening, which then led to me being guided to give away all my possessions, quit my very well-paying job, and ask my husband for a divorce, at which time I started being communicated with telepathically, which I know there's a lot of controversy around that, but it was telling me to basically practice the 4 steps, and I was given a vision of the future of how I was going to implement the 4 steps, and that I was going to bring forward a course, a free course for humanity to teach the healing and expansion process, in which I am in this prophecy fulfillment right now. But anyway, we are here to teach you the healing and expansion process. We are not here to tell you what to believe. We are here to teach you how to connect with yourself at the deepest of levels, how to take literally full control over your mind and energy body, which even 10 years ago I didn't think was possible, even though my guides were telling me, we need you to take full control. We need you to be fully conscious and aware. I'm like, is that even possible? Anyway, it is possible. I'm here to tell you that you can come out on the other side. You can disconnect from these negative ego programs and timelines and structures. You can connect, and this is what we're here to do. We are here to weaponize the mind, okay, to help pull humanity out of what we are experiencing right now. So through our process and healing process, you will be faced with many truths that you will have to comprehend. Actually, first of all, you would have to discern and understand that everything that we've ever been taught is a lie. It's a very tough pill to swallow. And when you understand how things could have been, it's really disheartening. So you have to go through the healing process. You have to be able to heal your inner child and integrate your shadows to be able to understand that we are here at a very important time to heal and clear, because the many, many truths that you will come to understand through this healing process is why we're here and why we're being tasked with healing and expanding. We are here to heal the collective. We're here to walk each other home. We're here to learn how to get along. We're here to create unity conscious, to live in alignment with the original God source. We're here to put our swords down. We're here to forgive. We're here to come into balance with ourselves. So if what I'm saying resonates with you, and I hope I didn't babble, which I do have a tendency to babble, and I apologize. Part of it's my nerves. I'm not 100% comfortable with this. I believe that I'm in this position because I'm not here to collect any type of fame or money or anything from this process. My intentions are pure, which is what I teach, is a purity of intention process to teach you how to realign your perceptions so you can align them with the heart structure, so we can heal the collective and we can walk each other home, how we can basically heal from what is happening. This course is designed to teach you how to understand what's happening in the world through understanding yourself, through connecting with yourself. So, okay, I'm going to head into another babble, and I don't want to do that. I love you guys. We are here for you. I have an amazing team. We are all committed to this process. We have a sound process to teach you, a systems approach to healing. It's a no-nonsense. It's designed to basically help you heal and clear trauma energies, which is ultimately what we're tasked with doing. But first you have to understand that we basically have to come into alignment with ourselves. Okay? I love you guys. By the way, Merry Christmas.